It's the Open Road podcast with Joey and Si, and we've got an absolutely jam-packed episode for you today.
We are going to be talking to Joey about everything country calling, what he enjoyed, what he didn't, what he did, what he didn't, and whether he's actually done any content like I asked him to.
Fingers crossed for you, eh? Only time will tell.
Yeah.
We've got Si chatting about his time spent with James Johnston in Manchester. We go into a little bit about the long road and a few apologies from me for being a little bit too negative.
Love you, long road.
We're doing a positivity check today for sure.
Yeah, and then we can't forget the old dirt road debate, to which Joey has not planned anything out this week. So I've got a couple of topics I'm going to pick at random, and he doesn't know what we're going to discuss just yet.
Absolutely. And as always, we've got our one for the road this week being picked out by Si himself.
Just one.
Just the one this time.
Yeah.
So let's jump straight into the episode, and here we go.
Hey, it's James Johnston, and you're listening to The Open Road with Joy and Si. Let's do it.
Bang.
We're here.
We're here again.
Episode 3 and in person.
Yeah.
In person.
This
is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird not just looking at a screen and I'm actually...
It's weird.
Yeah, where do I look?
You're going to have, cramp in your neck by the end of this.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm trying to angle myself comfortably. I'm not used to having a sofa because in my house I haven't bought one yet. So, this is weird for me.
But yeah, Open Road, episode 3.
Open Road, episode 3. Who'd have thought it? It was so good twice. We did it a third time.
I know. Third time lucky, eh?
Well, we'll
Do you reckon
see.
this will be our overnight success?
This could be it. We'll quit our jobs and we'll just chat shit about country music for a living. Yeah. Welcome to episode 3. Obviously, you know who we are by now. We got Joey Reimer, better known as the one who did that radio show on that station.
And Si Evans, the man who just takes photographs for a living.
Yeah, I just turn up with a camera and they let me into gigs for free, so I've just kept doing it.
Fair enough.
But I suppose, you know who we are, so let's crack straight on. And I suppose...
Been to it.
What have you been doing this week, Joey? The loaded question.
Yeah, well, I think by no surprise that it's been country calling weekend. Just about recovered from it. And yeah, it was really, really good weekend, actually.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it. It was roasting hot there, though, because it was just...
I mean, it's the south, innit? They always have it 10 degrees hotter than us in the north.
Yeah. I mean, on the Friday, putting up a tent in 34 to 35 degrees was not ideal.
No.
But, hey, we survived, and yeah, it was a good weekend full of just good vibes, friendship, great music, some absolutely banging artists, and it was just really, really enjoyable.
I know there was a good group of yous went down. I've seen the pictures. The group chat. I'll be talking about something and someone will just randomly throw a picture in.
Yeah.
I think the other day. So no, it looked like a good weekend. I suppose my initial thought would be you went last year when it was in its infancy. I suppose it's still its infancy. When it was in its debut year. Yeah. What's changed? What's got better? Anything got worse? Anything the same?
So I think the biggest change this year was having the camping. That was a really, really key thing, I think, because especially in the field where they've got country calling, there isn't much shade there. Well, actually, no shade.
There isn't any shade.
No. I mean, it's a farm. There's not really any shade, but they did have some marquees up with benches, but everyone's wanting to sit in the shade. So, yeah, and it was nice just to be able to go back to the tent, have something to eat, grab a drink, and just sort of sit and chill for a little bit, especially as an artist that you're not that bothered about, or you just kind of want a bit of space away from
you say something to eat. Was that cold food? Because I did see the old ban on any cooking equipment.
Yeah, so I mean, quite rightly banning it. Any barbecues, gas camping stoves, all that. Protecting everyone really with the fire risk, and actually having the government alert coming out on the Saturday. Everyone's sort of looking at their phone. I'm thinking, wow.
So we got it on the Friday up here. And I think
it might have been the Friday everywhere, though.
I was about to go into the gig and I'd just gone to the toilet, if I'm being honest.
Right.
And there was obviously a few people in this toilet, and just like one cubicle after another. I got the fright of my life. I had no idea what was going on. And it's the funny thing is, it's going risk of wildfires. And I'm like, I'm in the middle of the city. There is not a risk of what. But yeah, anyway, back on with country calling.
Yeah, we won't go into that. Otherwise, it would be here for hours with me ranting about that. But yeah, having the camping, obviously with the ban, they did do something rather than just banning. They did have a tent with a couple of microwaves, a couple of kettles, and we did think that there was going to be this massive long queue every morning.
That was my thought as I read that.
There wasn't.
All right.
It was completely deserted. You know, maybe you had one person in front of you, but apart from that, we didn't see any queues. And it was the same for the showers as well. There was no queue for the showers. And I've got to say, the showers and toilets throughout that whole weekend were absolutely pristine.
Huh?
No issues with them whatsoever.
I mean, I know you're a fan of talking about the toilets and the conditions.
Yeah, because I just... It's so horrible at a festival when you walk into, like, some of the toilets and it's just piss everywhere and they're just grim. Yeah. But these, they were cleaning them, like, every hour.
It's good. Nice touch.
In terms of the actual festival, what's changed... Not a great deal, to be honest with you. I think the amount of people possibly was.
This is one thing I heard that a lot of people said it was very quiet.
Yeah.
I think when you think of festival, you think of packed to the rafters and all that, and it, it obviously wasn't that. I think the vibe I got from what I've seen online was they have tried to make it more of a family festival. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on for the kids, and I suppose if you've got that, then you don't want it too busy because kids are not going to enjoy that. Was there pets there as well? Was there?
No.
Oh.
No, there wasn't. But yeah, I mean, it was quiet, but I like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously, anyone who follows social medias will see we're posting some content whilst being there. The royal we, obviously, you weren't with me for the weekend, just me. So it was good because for a lot of the acts, we were stood quite near the back by the sound desk because there was a little bit of shade provided by the sound desk, but also because we wanted just to sit down, so we had blankets out and whatnot. But it was quiet enough that I could go up to the front of the stage and actually be at the barrier to take some photos.
Yeah.
And a couple of little clips. But then not so packed that I'm having to fight my way out. I can just turn around and
good balance. Good balance.
Yeah, absolutely. And even for acts like Parmalee, Randy Houser, the main headliners, wasn't that packed at all, really. I could still get up to the barrier if I wanted to, and it was really, really good. So
good times.
I do hope that it gets busier because I think with the battle now between Country Corner and Long Road and speaking to people at the festival, I think a lot more people are going to be boycotting Long Road and everything, and I think that will drive more people towards country calling. So I think it will get busier, but I hope in a little bit of a selfish way it doesn't get too busy. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was.
I think for me, I put a comment on Facebook on somebody's post earlier on, and I just said, the thing is, by the sounds of what I've heard of it, it's a different vibe to Long Road. Yeah. And so I suppose everybody's making it into this battle. Or, who's going to win? Maybe it's just not a battle. And maybe it's, you want one thing, you go here, you want a different thing. Because I think for one thing, again, I've not been, but seeing Country Calling, it seemed very chill, very relaxed, very family friendly. Whereas I feel like Long Road seems to be more of party.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
There's families there, there's pets there, and, all that. But overall, it seems more of like the social, the jolly type thing. Absolutely, so if that's going to be how they're both laid out, then I think there's space for them both. But coming years are going to see headliners, pricing, getting down there, conditions. There's going to be loads of things that impact it. So I'm looking forward to seeing when the early bird prices come out and seeing the comparison between the two.
Yeah.
And I suppose that'll spell a lot of what they both look like moving forwards. But away from comparing, contrasting, what were the highlights for you?
So, I mean, there were a lot of highlights from that weekend, but I think the biggest one for me actually came from Parmalee's set. And I know we joked last time Parmalee, the big name on the poster and whatnot, but what was the real highlight of that was actually they did a cover of Usher's Yeah. And
no words.
Yeah, I think everyone was a little bit caught out by that, a little bit shocked, to be honest with you. But yeah, they performed this cover.
I just feel like
I'm just reliving it in my head right now because I'm just like, wow. I'm honestly speechless by it because it's that good. But no, so in that second bit where Little John, I keep thinking Little Wayne for some reason, I don't know why. Little John does his rapping bit. They actually got, it was the Parmalee bass guitarist who did the rapping. And oh mate, you could tell he was in his element.
He was waiting for this shit.
Yeah. He is definitely one who's turned around to Matt, the lead singer of Parmalee, and gone,
I got you.
I want this on the set list and I want to do this.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Fair play. It was brilliant. And I think that was probably one of the biggest highlights.
Well, I haven't seen that yet online, so I'll have to keep an eye out as the content starts making its way onto the old socialites.
Yeah. It will definitely be on our highlights for sure, on our Instagram, and it will be.
Yeah.
I'm sure I've got a clip of it anywhere.
Oh no, well, I'll have to. Yeah. I didn't go. Obviously, I know you were there repping the pod in full gear. We got shout out to Dan over at Lowton Creative who sorted us some t-shirts, some hats. Thanks for that, Dan. Definitely be in touch for some more. And you obviously were repping the pod in style.
Yeah.
The key thing, and I'm hoping you've got something for me here, is I gave you some microphones. I gave you a gimbal for your phone. Did you actually get any content there?
I did.
Yes.
I did. So, absolutely. So
What did we get?
I mean, I think, it's one of those, we're very new to this. I say I'm very new to this whole creator world. So there's a little bit of jitters and nerves, obviously. But sat down with a couple of people, one being Regan, also better known as Wannabe Cowboy.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good sit down. It really was. And
he's a funny guy, Regan.
He's so good. Such a good guy. And we had a chat for about, I think it was about maybe half hour.
Well, there's not going to be half an hour going on.
Maybe
just to let everybody.
It might have only been like 20 minutes or something. Knowing me, I just think half hour. But no, it was really, really good. Really good. We had a lot of things to talk about, a lot of joking around as well.
Yeah.
And that was really good. And the second interview from a very, very good friend of ours who I knew would come through.
Big Al,
Mr. Alan Finlan. Wow, that was hilarious. And I did post a little teaser clip earlier.
I didn't watch this with the sound on. I think I was saying to you earlier, but I just saw there was a moment where you were reaching to get a beer, and I was like, Joey doesn't drink. What's going on here?
Yeah, so he basically asked me, he said to me, there's some Coronas in my tent if you want one. Wait, you don't drink, do you? I said, no. He said, yeah, but you can pass me one, can't you?
Of course he did. Yeah,
I was like,
classic.
Do you know what? Fair enough. Yeah. Like, he's got me there, so yeah.
Looking forward to
thankfully, we did catch that bit on camera, though, so that was quite funny. But yeah, both those interviews hopefully will have dropped by the time this pod episode goes out.
Because we're putting this out next Monday.
Yes. Yeah.
I say Monday, on Monday. Yeah. And so hopefully we should have them clips out. I'm excited to see them because I haven't seen any of this yet either. So.
But they will be on YouTube, Instagram. So make sure you follow us and make sure you watch those interviews because they were good fun and they were great.
Overall, positive vibes then from Country Calling?
Absolutely. So one of the artists though who was at Country Calling, James Johnston, you got to spend a little bit of time with on Friday in Manchester.
I did, yeah. I suppose one of the reasons I wasn't down joining you on Friday night, I was lucky enough to be given the opportunity to go and have a chat with James prior to the Manchester gig. And I suppose to get an idea of what it was like, I turned up in Manchester during the day, caught up with some friends, had a coffee, and we were sat just in the student union, the quad, outside, and then all of a sudden, just hordes of line dancers turn up with a boombox, and I've put up some of the video on it, maybe put up some more, and it was just wild. Right. Shout out to Katie and Maz from Honky Tonk Highways line dancing. I think they were the prime instigators behind it. Right. And yeah, just prior to the gig, there's this massive line dancing session out in the quad, which was just, it was wild. It's the type of thing. It could go on at any gig, but just nobody's done it before.
Absolutely, yeah.
And part of me secretly thought, because I think we all saw James Johnston in Birmingham line dancing with everyone in the street. They were obviously trying to get him out.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I'll come on to that. But yeah, great start to it. And I know some of my photographer mates got some really good pictures, I think, of some of the line dancing as well. So that was pretty good. Then I think it was. Then I had the emergency alert that we just spoke about. Then I went up to go and interview James. Really accommodating team. His tour manager was really good to have us along to do that. And yeah, sat down with him for about 10 minutes on the UK Country News page. I've put a couple of the clips out already. Probably by the time this drops, they'll all be out because I think I'm going to stagger them throughout this week. Yeah. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
It was just so genuine. It was the type of thing where he was just so happy that people were appreciating his music as much as they do. And you got that from him straight away. There was nothing rehearsed. There was no kind of fake answers that you got from it. It was all just so genuine. And you just kind of were like, you can't dislike this guy. He's he's such a genuine human being. He's traveling around with his family doing this tour. The guy never even set foot in the UK, and his tour sold out in what did you say it was earlier?
8 minutes.
8 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not being funny. Jordan Davis or Luke Combs, maybe Luke Combs, Jordan Davis or Brett Young, they don't sell out in 8 minutes. Granted, academy versus an arena may be different, but that's class.
Really, really
and yeah, some really good questions. The one thing, and I think I spoke to you about this comment earlier, is I didn't try and get negativity out of him, but a couple of the things I was saying, what do you not enjoy about this? And he just couldn't answer. No. He just didn't have anything except for, I love it. And I'm trying to think what the example, that was it. I said, when you used to do these shows and do cover songs, what song did you, for fuck's sake, they're not asking for this again. And he's like, I didn't. I love doing the songs that people may normally think that you went, because people are singing along and people are enjoying, and some really, really positive stuff. And just a nice guy to chat to. And, I've said it a few times, just so accommodating with having us along. The gig itself was phenomenal. The place was packed.
Oh, wow.
And I think I saw you at Jordan Davis where it was packed.
Yeah.
It was worse than that packed.
Wow.
It was shoulder to shoulder. But again, there was no complaining. There was no fighting. It was just genuinely everyone enjoying themselves. And he put on a show and a half. He was so lively, so animated. He opened with Raised Like That, which...
Brilliant. Love that song.
That is a way to start a show.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And then I think he did he did sort of another version where he got a lot of the line dancers up on the stage behind him, and he was joining in. And it was a fantastic gig. Really enjoyed it, and I just hope that he's coming back soon. I'd love to see him back in the UK again. And check out my interview content on my page and on the UK Country News page as well.
And he definitely seems like a very down-to-earth, humble guy as well. Him agreeing to do the little intro for the podcast that we've just put into this episode, that's such a nice thing for that guy to do. He didn't have to do it. We asked a question and he was like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The way he pronounces my name cracks me up every single time. It was hilarious.
I do think I'm maybe owed a bit of the problem there, because when I say Joy, it's one of those words that comes out the proper northern accent.
Yeah.
And, the guy's from Australia. He's from a town of like 2,500 people. Geordie accents are probably not something he sees every day. So no, I'll take some credit for that. But yeah, no, overall, really, really great gig. You obviously got to see him at Country Calling as well. I think at this point where we've had a catch up of what we've done this week, I need to sort of address the elephant in the room from last episode. Now, there was a lot of negativity, particularly from that side of the podcast, around Long Road. Long Road, I love you. I adore you. Joy did not give that vibe last time out. So I think before we're now on Long Road Week, I think we need to throw some positivity. Let's flip the script. Let's talk about the biggest country festival in the UK at Stamford Hall, 27th to the 30th. How we must be looking forward to it now. You've got your festival vibe on.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're ready to go with Long Road.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's been a lot of negativity, and I think a lot of that comes down to disappointment and emotion, like human emotion. It's becoming a reoccurring theme of headliners dropping out, lineups not being as great as what we used to before, and I think it's just sort of human emotion. But like, we do love the Long Road weekend. We do enjoy it. We still go. I've got no sort of like ill feeling towards Long Road. Look, at the end of the day, they're trying to make, profit out of a festival, which
everybody's doing.
Yeah. That's the world we are.
I think what we need to look at now is the the stuff that is going to be there. I know Bailey Zimmerman is a bit of a man crush of yours, so that's obviously a disappointment that you didn't get to go and tell him
that energy.
But I think the one that's popped out at me this week is Steve Earle. Now, we spoke about our, what do you call it, Mount Rushmore last week.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's at the level of Dolly and Willie and all that, but he's certainly in the room. We've got Steve Earle playing at the Long Road. That is going to be huge. We've got Emmylou Harris doing a farewell tour. Those are two, staples of, old school traditional country. And I, for one, cannot wait to see both of those. We would talk about Mara Morris as well, and I know she's got a bit of a history with the country audience, so we say. But those are three cracking artists to have coming over to the UK to play a festival.
Yeah, and I mean, Mara Morris, she's celebrating 10 years of Heroes this year. 10 years. And celebrating, she's coming over to Long Road. She's re-released the album with a few more demo tracks, and it's just such a big thing for her, and I'm hoping that when she's playing, she does bring that sort of Mara that we used to from 10 years ago,
Yeah.
Blurting out My Church, all the old classics,
I mean, because I kind of think if you look and you went, our three headliners are Emmylou Harris, Steve Earle, and Mara Morris, there'd be no complaints over that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Randy Houser, James Johnston, Parmalee are obviously massive, but I think certainly two of the three of Long Road just fall above the big star into the legend category.
Yeah.
And I think, for those who might not have been country fans maybe as long as others, you've got to appreciate the levels that you're going to get out of, even an acoustic step from Steve Earle. Yeah. So I think for me, that's worth a shout out. On the other side, who else are you looking forward to seeing to name a few?
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to Josh Ross, obviously.
Yeah.
We saw him perform out in Nashville in 2024 when we went out. And since then, I've kind of been hooked on him, really. He's such a good artist. I think he's really talented. Love the music that he's throwing out. So Josh Ross, really looking forward to that. Beck O'Malley, really, really looking forward to him. And I know we were talking earlier about he's just got this vibe about him where he's kind of going in a different direction to what everyone else. He's making his own sound. He's not following what everyone else is doing. He's being that independent sound. And it's really, really good to see that.
Yeah,
being brave and having the balls to do it.
Big fan of Beck O'Malley. I'm looking forward to that one as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, there's just so many great artists who are going to be there. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. And yeah, all right, I'll complain till the cows come home about certain things. But, deep down, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good weekend. We obviously have the Smoke and Fire barbecue
Oh, they're doing the
Is that
stage.
this little restaurant thing that they're doing? Is that
somebody I know has actually booked into it because it's
Amazing.
her other half's birthday, I think, while we're there.
Okay, yeah.
And they've got a book in there, and I'm just not organised enough to book things like that.
No way.
You know, if I happen to be going by in Hungary and they go, oh, we've had a cancellation, will I try it?
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah, I'm not that organised. So no, I mean that's obviously a plus for me. I can't wait for First Time Flyers. I love First Time Flyers.
Yeah.
Just the energy they bring in. I like that they've got these little like movement or dance sessions to like a lot of their tracks. I want to see you rehearsing one of them, and we can get some content of that. You know, either with them or in the audience or something. But yeah, I've got loads of ideas for content, so we'll come on to that later. And then the other, which again, this is a bit of a silly one, but we haven't even talked about the Shires. Like, love or hate them, they were like the OGs of British country.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of people don't like them, but for me personally, my original country music crush was Chrissy Rhodes from the Shires. So I, for one, am very much looking forward to that.
Brilliant.
Again, they're another one where they've just got so many songs that you know the words to, and you can have a sing along to, and I think they'll bring a good atmosphere to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, lots of positivity about Long Road.
Yeah, and we're both going to be there getting content. Which would be
so what I would say is to any of our watchers / listeners, if you see us, come and say hello. Come and answer a random question that Joey will come up with on the spot. And tell us about the podcast. Tell us your Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Tell us how much you also love the Shires and or First Time Flyers, and what your feelings on Country Calling was the week before. If you were there, you know, happy to chat to you.
And do you know what? You mentioned Country Calling there, and just as it's just come to me because of what we're chatting about now about coming to speak to us. I actually met one of our listeners on that Country Calling. Yeah. Right. And obviously we've got a lot of friends who listen to this podcast, so we do know some of the people who do listen. But, you know, this guy didn't have a clue who he was, because he followed the pod and then he followed my personal Instagram, and I sort of had a little look and I was like, I don't recognise this guy at all. Not really any sort of like followers or anything that, you know, I noticed. And I was like, all right, okay, cool. Like, amazing. Reaching out, getting more followers. This is good. At Country Calling, I then bumped into an old friend of mine, Chris Green. And I mean, I've not seen Chris for years. Really lovely catch up. He was saying he's there with his wife Zoe and his son. And he was going to introduce me to his son, but his son was busy, just chatting away. And I see him the next night at the after party, and he says to me, he's like, oh, how long have you been podcasting for then? Didn't know you were doing that. I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, very newish thing, like a month or so. Just put out episode 2. I was like, do you know about that sort of thing? And he said, well, did I introduce you to my son till yesterday? I was like, no, you didn't. So anyway, he introduced me to this lad, his son, Curtis. And
there's your follower.
And I was just like, hang on a minute. It's you.
Yeah.
You're the guy who's following me. I didn't realise you were Chris' son, and put 2 and 2 together. And we were having a massive, great chat about the podcast.
It's good.
His thoughts, and it was very, very humble. It was just so nice to sort of bump into someone and be like,
I think that sort of that just hits the nail on the head. Like, we are doing this podcast because we just want to chat shit about country music.
Absolutely.
We're not expecting to become movie stars.
No, exactly. No.
Obviously, if it happens, you don't. But we just want to talk about our love for country music, and to get, you know, random people who happen to know somebody who you also know, just come up and kind of go, you know, love what you're doing. Here's my opinion. That's what we want to do.
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing this for.
You know, we love a shout out on this podcast. We've worked this out by now. So, Curtis, it was an absolute pleasure to meet you, mate. Keep on listening. Keep sending us in your thoughts of your podcast. Get involved with any of the content we put out, and hopefully we'll see you very, very soon.
Come and hunt Joy down at Long Road,
yeah. If you make it to the Long Road, let us know and come and hunt us down.
Yeah. So this is the part of the podcast where we have our Dirt Road debate. And Joy, being the organised person he is, messaged earlier on and says, I don't have one. Can you come up with something? So currently on the screen here,
I've done the last two.
we've got two options, and he has no idea which one I'm about to choose.
No, I don't.
And I've purposely done it that way for a genuine sort of take. So, Dirt Road debate this week.
Hit me.
We're going to call it Festival Fatigue.
Oh, okay.
And obviously we've spoke about Country Calling. It's expanded.
Yeah.
You know, it's growing, we'll call it. It's obviously still in its infancy. We've got Long Road, established daddy of the festival world.
God, don't use that word.
We've then got, several. Yeah,
so. Oh my God, the daddy.
Yeah, daddy of the festival world.
Oh my God.
We've then got. Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, we've then got a lot of smaller ones popping up. I know we're looking at Waftsville up here in a couple of weeks.
Yes, looking forward to that.
This
coming up.
Summer's in Nashville. There was the one in Yorkshire we spoke about.
Yeah.
I think my question there is, are we reaching a saturation point for UK country festivals, or have we got space for even more? I mean, the one name I want to throw in there that I missed this year, State Fair. Obviously had that very American vibe about it. From what I heard and from what I saw, it was a huge success. They kind of not just went down the country route, they threw, I think Kings of Leon were one of the headliners, so there was a good mix.
Right, yeah.
And is that now going to be in the country scene as a competitor? What are your feelings? Is there room? Is it getting too overcrowded?
So, do you know, I don't think we are reaching saturation point. And I'll tell you why. Because you look at the festivals that we've got, and they're so different.
Yeah.
All of them are different. You take Buckle and Boots, for example. Very small, low-key festival where there's headliners that you've not really heard of. Yes, again, I know we had Gareth this year, but previous years, William Michael Morgan isn't as well known as what somebody else might be.
I don't. Every time I hear William Michael Morgan, I just picture Gary Quinn talking about his songwriting with William Michael Morgan. So whenever somebody says it, I can just hear his Irish accent going, William Michael Morgan. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, and then you move down to Country Calling. I've spoken about that, where we said earlier it's not that busy. Yeah. And there's big artists coming over. Long Road, I think Long Road again maybe is kind of coming away from its origin or its roots potentially, because Long Road's not just that country festival. It is a country music festival, but it also celebrates Americana, roots,
blues, yeah, all sorts.
Those sort of genres as well. Whether we've had enough of that recently or not is a completely different story, which we won't go into.
Yeah.
But I think they celebrate something different.
Yeah.
Looking then at your ones about farm tracks in West Yorkshire, I think that probably comes under a little bit similar to Buckle and Boots on a smaller scale. I think that has got potential.
Yeah.
I think I'm definitely going to go next year because I want to explore it. I want to see what it's all about.
Yeah.
Things like Summer in Nashville. It's a weird one, Summer in Nashville, because it's almost like a touring festival. It kind of reminds me, I don't mean this badly, so anyone who works for Summer in Nashville or is a big fan of it, don't take this the wrong way. It almost feels like a bit like a travelling circus in a way.
Well, I was going to say,
like travelling festival.
I was not going to be as critical as that. Is kind of call it more of a fair.
Yeah.
Where it's live music, fairground rides, shit going on.
Yeah.
Bang, done, move on to somewhere else. There is a lot going on.
Yeah. And then even Westville, I mean, yes, we've got a good friend of ours, Steve Brown. I think it's his last name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brown.
I only know him Steve.
Yeah,
it's weird, yeah.
Same. It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Steve's going to be headlining that festival.
Yeah, he's closing the Saturday night, I think,
Yeah, and then there's a lot of tribute acts as well there over the course of the weekend. So I think the festivals that are popping up are very much different in what we get from them and what they bring to the scene.
Yeah.
I think in terms of your big festivals, your Buckle and Boots, Country Calling, Long Road, I don't think we will want many more of those because I think that there will end up being a bit of competition, and I think it'd be difficult. But I mean, it's also all about travel. What's convenient for people? There are a lot of country fans down in London who might not want to travel all the way up to Manchester.
They don't want to come up to North and Southerners. No, they don't.
You know, and vice versa. There's probably people in the Northwest who might be a little bit antsy coming all the way down to Chelmsford and Essex. I mean, it took us about 4 hours to get there and then 5 to get home on.
Yeah, so it's a long way if you're not big on your driving.
Absolutely, yeah. But I mean, I don't know if you've got any other thoughts on that.
I think I'm kind of a bit split on it because I can appreciate the individual niche that they've all got, but I think the problem is, Long Road years ago, you get a country act, a roots act, an Americana act, everybody's happy, but because Americana and roots are not having the same boom that we've seen of country, people don't want to see them.
No, I don't.
I want a bunch of country acts, and I think the issue now is, years ago, you'd get a Megan Maroney, you'd get a John Pardy. Well, maybe not John Pardy, just,
But we even had Lady coming over.
But nowadays, them levels of artist will not come and play a festival because they don't have to, because they can sell out a tour in 8 minutes.
Yeah, exactly,
So, James Johnston, obviously the exception here because it was his first one over, but a lot of those artists, a Luke Combs, he's never going to play a festival because he's selling out Wembley.
Yeah,
3 nights running. John Pardy packed out tour when he's been over. Bailey Zimmerman, I'm surprised that he was there but that's going to be, I think, the issue. And every time you see a country calling pop up, a Black Deer or a Red Rooster festival are folding, and I think it's because it has become a cutthroat world of festivals because we can't afford to go to them all.
No,
seat to seat is expensive. Travel down to the south, and then even just a normal price festival is expensive.
Yeah,
Long Road. It's all money, and we're not in a sort of living situation. I think most of us where we've got so much disposable income. And you think about Luke Combs. I bet you spent to go and see one Luke Combs show.
Yeah,
what you would probably spend at a festival weekend.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so it's becoming. It is becoming saturated in the sense of that, but not saturated like where there's too many. Just funds that the resources to put this on aren't. And
I mean, you mentioned there about, I'm slightly digressing a little bit off the top, but you're saying about like John Pardy and whatnot. They don't need to do a festival because they'll sell out,
endless dates,
tours and whatnot.
Yeah.
Do you think that's probably why we're having such an issue with headliners?
100%.
Yeah. Because they're realising that now, going, I'm doing this festival, actually, I'm doing a tour which is selling out.
Years ago, you would, to go and play Long Road, but oh my God, to go and play Sea to Sea. But now, even Sea to Sea, with all of its commercial power, why would you go and do a 45-minute set on one day at 3 different locations when you could just go, well, I'll go and do my own headline tour. Yeah. I'll get more merch out of it. I'll get more recognition out of it. And I'll probably get more people to it as well. Yeah. And so I think that's maybe a debate for another day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that's something you've got to take into account with it all. And again, I suppose as we're coming to Long Road, we'd love to hear your views on, is it a saturating point? Is it not? Is there room for more? And tell us about the festivals you've been to in the comments below. Let us know if you see us at Long Road. We'd love to hear about more that's going on.
Absolutely,
we unfortunately do get stuck in the bubble of the Northwest and what's going on here. And then also, the big names festivals.
Yeah, absolutely. And, let us know about, if you're from London, let us know the places to go. Put comments on the reel, DM us, Instagram, our DMs are always open. We'll always reply to everyone, mainly me. But yeah, we will always reply. But even things like, have you checked out Little Nashville down in London?
Yeah.
No. Oh, right, okay. Go check it out.
Slide into Joy's DMs. Let him know your feelings.
But yeah, let us know. Open Road Pod on Instagram, TikTok. Comment on the YouTube videos, wherever, even on our reels. Just let us know. But Si, I think that about covers it.
Yeah.
So, how about you close out today's show with your 1 for the road? Not 2, 1.
I did think about going more than 1 because I was a bit torn on this, but I can't do the same trick twice in a row. Maybe next time. But no, my 1 for the road this week, it's got to be Long Road because we've obviously got a Long Road coming up at the weekend. My 1 for the road is classic Copperhead Road, Steve Earle.
Oh, brilliant song. Brilliant song.
Obviously, he's going to be playing. That is going to be probably the one people are waiting for him to bang out acoustic. And I think I would encourage everybody, and I'm not shouting out as a ambassador of the line dancing community here by any means, because I'm utterly shit at line dancing. For those of you who saw this at Long Road would agree. But go and watch a couple of steps. Go and try and pick up a couple of steps, because my thought is Steve Earle's going to come out as, at Long Road, and for him to be playing arguably his most well-known song out to just a horde of people in a field in the middle of Leicestershire dancing, even if it's not all in sync to Copperhead Road, is going to be fucking wild. That is going to be great. So I would just say, give it a go. If you've never given line dancing a go, I know at the hitching post at Long Road, they're going to be giving lessons. If you see a little short girl with a cowboy hat called Katie of Honky Tonk Highways line dancing, ask her to teach you. She does. They do sessions all over, including the one prior to James Johnston. Yeah. So go and give it a go. Go and get involved. And
it's good
Road,
fun. You don't have to be perfect at it. I mean, I did it at Country Calling at the weekend. I was awful. I've got no rhythm to me whatsoever. But you know what? It's a laugh. It's fun.
It's a bit of fun.
Join in and. Yeah.
But 1 for the road, Steve Earle, Copperhead Road. Give it a listen, give it a dance. Hopefully to see you all, doing that on at the weekend. Yeah. And I think that's us for today, Joe.
That's us. Yeah. So,
should I say joy?
Joy. Joy. Yeah.
Joy Rhymer.
Yeah. So,
thank you. Thank you very much for listening or watching. Pleasure having us over. Yeah. Looking forward to the weekend at Long Road. And
come chat with us, come say hello, and just. Yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Catch you all later, guys.
Ciao for now.